Alright everybody, welcome in. Some more round 3 quad action. I'm Temple, be your commentary host tonight. Let's get this thing going. Should be off. Tonight we have left versus right. We got Snake versus Oxcat. We got Shookie versus TheMine. I believe this is the battle of the 0-2s? Yes. This is the 0-2 section of Swiss. So everyone battling it out for a little better seating. Let's get the prediction going. Third place. The old third strongest. Give that 10 minutes. Let's give it 15. Third place is a little harder to guess. Welcome in everyone in chat. A lot of friendly faces. How's our timer looking? Ooh. Maybe Snake just started kind of late. I don't know. Looks like Snake's having problems. Yeah, late timer. Okay, yeah, that'll happen. Not the worst thing, as long as you started on time. We can fix that. Let's get rid of that one. Boom, accurate timer. Streamer magic. But yeah, once again, just me tonight, so I'll probably miss some things. Leaning on chat as usual to keep me updated on things like when people forget to start their timers. And I get confused. Double ox timer. We do have a couple more races after this tonight, a couple more quads actually, so I guess more than a couple races, but a couple quads. So plenty of action tonight. We'll be swapping restreamers a few times, so. Hope everyone's having a good Monday as we get through this opening sequence. Thank you for that raid, Uko. Welcome in, Ukoids. Boogey PB, nice. Must have been a pretty good time if it's an Uko PB. It was awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was lurking earlier, but you know, had to do this. 102 is nice. Sub 103 is definitely up there. All geared up. GG's indeed. Oh, that's right. There was that tie there. I forgot about that. Mine getting some mostly unavoidable fights. Got in too deep there. That must have been a long-standing tie too. Arts hasn't run in a while. Oh, Snake's in a bit of a pickle here too. Probably see if, oh geez, we got all the animals. Shookie on their way up. Easy climb. Judgmental snake, except it's a proud snake because Judgment Snake only judges your manips. That snake is proud you made it to the top. Alright, not too bad otherwise. The snake just gets continue to get pincered. I figured it'd be a couple of years at least. Yes, indeed. Good luck to the runners. We got Disco. Nice. It's a weird one. You don't. I mean, it happens sometimes, but it's rare that it like goes underneath. Only the man nips. Strictly reserved for the coil snake. Subscribe with 25% off. Thanks, Twitch. Alright, Shookie. First to Starman. First up the hill, first to Starman. Ox not too far behind. Mine not too far behind. Yeesh. Sorry, adjusting levels here. Gotta get those levels adjusted. That skip is very rare. Rare would not do it justice. There we go, 804 for Shookie. Okay, mine already taking down Starman as well. Looks like an 801. I missed that. Mine actually catching up a little bit here. A little bit better of a Starman. Yeah, that Starman skip. I'm not even sure if I've ever seen a human pull it off. I've seen it in TASes, but again, I don't see everything. So maybe Oxcat or someone has pulled it off in practice or something. Yeah, technically not illegal if you can input buffer through that fight. Currently not illegal. Okay, so it has been pulled off in practice. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, I think you have to like catch the It's not only like the human timing of it, like there's like an RNG element to it, I think, as well. Six times in a night? Holy. No kidding. I guess I don't lurk enough Oxcat streams. Yeah, you can skip Buzz here too, technically. And like, honestly, to try, like, isn't that much of a time waster. Like, you might as well give it a shot, especially if you're like at least that decently consistent with it. Like, alright, mine taking strides here, of course. Instant spawns. It's pretty spawn heavy zone here, can be, obviously. Yeah, I've yet to see anyone pull that off in a race, though. But Oxcat's probably the only one that tries. Right, we're seeing a lot of lead changes here on the right side of the screen, just in walking through on it. That's how varied it is with those little bit of spawns there. Yeah, I think anything, in my opinion, anything sub 105 is like exceptional. But yeah, of course, the lower you go from there, the more exceptional it becomes. Back in my day, getting anything like 108, 109 was considered pretty good. Like, I'd be happy anytime to get sub 110. I think even still in Swiss, I think sub 110 in a race context is still very good. I don't think anyone's sub 103 yet in the tourney this year. Dying to strong 1,000 times sounds about right. Alright, mine's got the first Pokepunk down. Yeah, strengthening the gap here. Smooth first Pokepunk for Shookie as well. We got a pretty close race on the bottom of the screen. That's tightened up nicely there. I do like the idea of the rotating like racing screens. They just rotate based on who's close the race is. Don't know how that would be possible, but it's a cool idea. Alright, Oxcat is zooming. Nice, nice. Making quick work of Frank. I can feel it. Oxcat is locking in right now. I can see it in the inputs. The trick is keeping it up for, you know, the length of the run. Oof. Shookie takes a mortal hit there from Frank. Certainly a thing that happens. Everything pre-Frank is pretty deadly. Jeez, yeah, Oxcat. It's pretty good split there. Rank death, not a huge deal, as I've said. Oh, fuzzy pickles. Alright, Snake making his way up to Frank here. Hopefully Snake can keep things going here for that tough hill. It's the main difference here. Shookie's second try at Frank. It's like Frank in first pogo that'll just like end your run, or you know, put a hamper on it. Hope block it does kind of, yeah. In like the context of the race, it doesn't make, it's not like, you know, none of those are like illegal or anything. But they do kind of run at different speeds. And it does, I would say it makes a not insignificant difference, at least in like these shorter categories. Yeah, it really depends. Depends on the emulator. You know, Switch and like VC. You know, and SNES Classic, I think, technically runs quote unquote the fastest in terms of frame rate. I think it's like 60.02. ZSNES is actually banned in EB speedrunning, so rip to that. It's really one of the only emulators that is straight up banned. SNES straight up runs at like 59 something, I want to say. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's like 58 or 59, but it is technically a lower frame rate. Yeah, I mean, yeah, even personally, ZSNES was, you know, it's got a lot of nostalgia for me as well. I remember using ZSNES in '98. There's a rule set on speedrun.com/earthbound. It's basically just ZSNES. And it's like one version of SNES 9X that is like old that nobody uses anymore. But yeah, ZSNES technically runs significantly faster than most other emulators and console. Oh, hey, Peen Train, thank you for that raid. The Peen Trainers. Frame rate tangent between versions, but thank you very much for that raid. Peen Train, welcome in everybody to the quad. But yeah, in like the 4-hour glitchless run, the differences between console and emulator and, you know, newer SNES hardware or Switch hardware, it's like less significant over the course of like a 4-hour run. It also, I guess I should mention, it's not just frame rate. The SNES also doesn't handle lag quite as well as the newer things in like emulators. Dennis Quaid. It's like slightly laggier on on console. I might actually have it backwards. I think it's been a long time. I should know as a mod, but basically there's like a frame rate difference between versions, and I do know that the SNES doesn't handle lag as well as the newer stuff. But it's been a while since I've refreshed my knowledge on frame rates of everything, if I'm being quite honest. My level of nerd doesn't go that deep. Though respect to the real ones that do. There was like a big discussion on it, a long time ago. Alright, Snake getting another shot at Frank here as we're dealing with slug grinds. Oh hell yeah, Hopelock. We love having new runners. And I would say in terms of speedruns, I mean, I don't want to misrepresent Earthbound, but I do want to say it's like fairly beginner friendly, like it in terms of like speedruns. But yeah, that's part of why we allow what we do. We have to kind of be pretty lenient as a community, because Earthbound, at least, I mean, it's a little easier to get now, actually, but when we were coming up with these rules, like pre-2020, Earthbound availability was pretty slim. It's gotten a little better lately, and I mean, still, even in terms of getting a cart, it's like not very accessible, not very reasonable to expect people to be running on cart and hardware, or at least an original stuff. So we kind of have to let some things slide and let people run on newer stuff just because it's there and available. Back when I started like 10 years ago, even then, like, it was tough to get carts, but like you could get them. Like, it wasn't like too unreasonable to expect that of people, but nowadays, no way. Carts have gone through the roof. Actually, haven't checked lately, but looking like Oxcat continuing the blazing path here. First one on their way to on her way to Titanic and here. Yeah, it's basically the ultimate point pebble, especially in like the full glitchless run. I think in these shorter categories it might make a bit of a difference, but over the span of 4 hours, yeah, it's pretty minimum. The pros and cons kind of outweigh each other. And the battery's really the only thing you have to worry about. Okay, so it is. Okay, I was hoping for someone to clarify. Okay, so the cart does have the higher frame rate. I had it backwards. My mistake on that. But it like handles lag worse. Whereas the newer stuff has a lower frame rate but handles lag a little better. So it's like kind of like counterbalance there. Oh, kind of low on burgers. Still got that bread roll. Going for the bash, it worked out. Running slim on healing resources here. Okay, at least we got a dead turn. A dead turn, sweet. Okay. Felt like it was getting a little sketchy there for a second, but we did okay. Yeah, and that's a good point, Peen Train. Feeling lag actually, especially for experienced runners, is actually an advantage. I totally agree with that. Dead turns, dead end, true enough. Yeah, once you get good at reading the lag, it actually can be helpful, because you can tell when things are happening off screen. That is a very good point. Pebble also making that point as well. The redemption arc. Yeah, Ox is cruising. Ooh, nice. That was heavy damage there for the mine. Good rocking damage. Using that hamburger, which is smart. You want a burger on that heel just in case you get a magnet. Keep those psychic points up. I mean, magnets can hit in a range, but ideally, you're trying to mitigate that. Oh, there's that magnet, of course. Commentary curse. But mine getting those hits in, so it's working out. Dead turns here. As the mantra goes, dead turns, dead ant. Wow, a lot of dead turns, dead ant. Oof. Tough dodge. Another tough dodge, jeez. Nice smooth ant for mine. Very good. See how Shookie does. 62 is a little low. Rockin'. I didn't notice if Ox bought more burgers. Shield up is tough. Nice. There you go, Hope Lock. Yeah. Give it a go. Yeah, if you're talking full game, I think sub 10 hours is reasonable. If you do that a couple times and maybe it's a bit too much, I would recommend this category for sure. But yeah, it depends. We've had runners pick up the full run, no problem. We've had people start with Boogey percent and work from there as well. It's really up to the runner. But this is definitely kind of a little more beginner friendly than the full run. Gets a little hairy. Glitchless. Oh nice, Shookie got through. Beautiful. That's 3 dead ants. Nobody dead to ant yet, which is good. But yeah, running on the Switch, totally acceptable. Plenty of people do it. Oh, Ox didn't get more burgers. Okay, so we're doing Cops burgerless. I know Ox is kind of used to this. I know Ox, I've lurked enough to notice that she practices burgerless quite a bit. While burgerless as an entirety and on it is incredibly risky, at least when you are practicing it. At least used to being in these types of situations. Still tough. We're gonna bash this out. See, I think that's smart. Keep 2 life ups. Bash it out. Don't use that rockin'. Yep. Nice. Very well played. Very well played. Yeah, Hope Lock, as Peen said, if you do a little practice, watch some of these races, I think under 2 hours is pretty reasonable. the skip sandwich meta. The skip sandwich meta is here. I love it. Like, half the community, myself included, learning that you can buy skip sandwiches and on it. Yeah, I think those are both fair points. Deathless, probably under 2 hours, but your first run's being deathless? I don't know. Definitely two sides of the coin there. Yeah, I didn't. I think honestly it was Snake was the first one, at least that I saw this year, that was buying skip sandwiches and on it. And I know at least some of the chat was like, what? So was I. I had no idea. Still got a pretty close race here on the right. Love to see it. Yeah, people who have casual explore the game knowledge. Oof, and we've officially taken our first ant death with the quad. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even bothered to update my glitchless like inventory strats in at least 7 years. Should probably be my next goal if I have any. Nice. Mine's out of on it. Shookie not too far behind. Nice, nice. Yeah, definitely close one on the right here. I've said this plenty of commentaries, but I'll say it again. I do believe Boogey percent at its core is an on it race. So usually when it's tight coming out of on it, that means you're in for a decently close race. When there's blowouts coming out of on it, then the chances of the person that's behind making up the gap are, you know, you're relying on some pretty bad luck from your opponent. I think in terms of a speed run, Earthbound is one of those games that, or speed games, it's easy to pick up, and then the difficulty curve, once you're, I mean, I guess it's true of like a lot of speed runs you could say this for, but once you're trying to get those like pretty good times, that difficulty goes up quite a bit. But it's like pretty easy to pick up, I'd say generally. Like the route isn't like too crazy or anything. If you know the game, done it casually a bunch of times. That's kind of the natural progression of most, at least EB speedrunners, is that you just love EB and casually beat it so many times that it's like, alright, I need a new way to enjoy this game all the time because it's so good. New follower hype for the mine. Hell yeah. Not a whole lot to talk about here, unfortunately. As runners make their way through Tucson, just kind of doing some fetch questing. But I've definitely, at least personally, picked up other speed games where the barrier to entry was much tougher than this game. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, and I mean, definitely compared to, like, you know, say a platformer or something, like, yeah, in terms of like inputs and stuff, yeah, you're not really firing off, but APMs or whatever. But this game certainly presents its own unique challenges in terms of the speedrun. And I think it's one of those, again, the things from the one of the speedruns from the outside in. It looks like you're like, oh, this is like you said, like kind of a nice stroll. Like it seems pretty straightforward, pretty easy. But once you kind of dive into it and experience it, you're like, oh, this game is just mean. like we see UFOs that just jump on top of you. With this game, I think it's a lot of like speedrun tech. It's, you know, it's your overworld movement, it's your in-game menuing, you know, your inventory management, how fast you can really, in terms like, that's where the speed kind of comes in, especially battle menuing. It's getting the PRV treatment here. Plenty of spawns. That's why those skip sandwiches are kind of the meta now. It really gets you through some sticky situations, like we saw from Ox. We are winning. Everyone is winning, Ori. Every single one of us. Collectively winning. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, RNG is the name of the game in this one, for sure. You will get RNG'd out of nowhere. Oh, like those hippies there. Hippie manippy. RNG is also winning, yes. Nice. TheMine got through that. Seeing at least last couple races, people are getting pounced on in Tucson. A lot of, it's one of those places you're like, oh, it's Tucson, I'm good. Like, kind of just stroll through here and you get caught slipping. Oh, absolutely. I mean, we can do the luck versus skill debate all day long. Oh, nice. Snake got through Titanic. Yeah, very good. Take those W's where we can. And, you know, certain speed games are, you know, heavier skill based, heavier luck based. One of lots of one, less of the other. Really depends. I'd say Earthbound has a pretty healthy dosage of both. I want to lean on the RNG luck factor, but certainly plenty of skill involved. What do they say? Skill can affect luck? Is that the... we'll say. We got some exit slugs. Some extra levels here. Just practice RNG, exactly. He already knows. These are veteran words of wisdom here. Take note. Oof. I didn't want to say anything, but let's see. Curses. Curses are quantum. We've officially reached quantum cursing, or even if you think it, once the box opens. Nice. Nice, Ox. Not getting slowed down by no cultists. 1400 XP. Well, we've got a rockin' and a heal for Carpenter. Not too shabby. Alright, on the Carpenter. Just get double reflex. Oh, see? Oh. Just practice that double reflect RNG. Lock it in. And a smash. I radiate action. Classic line. Instant classic. Yeah, there you go. Easy. Carpenter easy. I'm gonna try to remember that and use it in my next Magic the Gathering game. Bro, I radiate action. Definitely busting that one out of the card table. Alright, we got Shaquille O'Neal fight for Shookie. How is this race doing? I've been fixated on Oxcat's Happy Village here. I need to focus on the right here. Oh, Twitch hitting with the ads. I mean, it's the best time to do it, Pebble. Honestly. I was about to say, like, as I'm like, you know, just blasting off. That would be the time to bust it out. A chicken? Or a chick? Not quite yet a chicken? Hell yeah. Nice. Both runners through Shack fight. Shack with a Q. Good HP too for Oxcat. Look at that. Ideal. Ugh. Like, does the Death Warp get any better than that? Again, just practice good RNG. Boom. Just do that every time. Duh. Easy game. Oh, it's okay. It's an intentional death warp. I should have just gone with it, but rip the run, etc. Do. Although some will debate whether or not it's faster to just walk back to Tucson. Well, looks like mine getting the worst of the HQ here. Oh yeah. Oh, it was red swirled. Oh, it was outside. I did kind of catch that with the corner of my eye. Ooh, this could be tough. I thought for some reason this was in HQ, but yeah, I did kind of catch that out of the corner of my eye outside. Alright, Snake's out on it. Making it happen. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with those ATM card strats. Ridiculous. No, mine looked like they were close. Like low on psychic points. It looks like Shookie's having a rough car painter here too. Been in this fight for a minute. I would assume just no lightnings, because, okay. Yeesh, okay. Kind of what the mine wanted there was a bad car painter fight for Shookie. Let's see if mine can capitalize. Nice. Yeah, decent I'll catch up here for the mine. Shookie just had kind of a bad car painter fight. Oh, looks like Snake got ninja'd. We usually try to avoid getting too close to those trees. Things like to spawn where you can't see them. Typically you'll see runners kind of walk away from the trees. Not get too close. Ayy, runaway 6. Yeah, car painter was about to bash at 7 HP, so that would have been a rip for sure. Da, da, da. Of course, that's a Yuna emote. Not surprised. Do. Got Crow Death Warp. Let's go. Somebody actually did it last year. It was the most G'd up thing. It was so good. Forget who it was. I should remember. Somebody actually Crow Death Warp last year. I loved it. Might see it. Jimothy, nice. Sounds like something Jimothy would meme up for the sake of the memes. Oh, not far off here. Oh yeah, we're just going with it. Nice, Shookie. I love it. Yeah, I mean at this point, like, The runaways have failed you. You're at 9 HP. Yeah, sure, ride it out. If not for the memes, sheer fact of the game is being earthbound. Sure, it's a time loss, but Crow Death Warp, it's awesome. I don't know if that's an Ori point, but it should be. Temple point for sure, but points don't mean quite as much. Oh, we're shroomed up. Nice. For the uninitiated, I think I saw it come up one race. If you do get mushroom eyes, just rotate your controller physically 90 degrees clockwise every time it changes. You'll be a-okay. An old trick. Old EB mushroom hack. Sorry, mushroomized, I should say. We getting the bear? Old Tupola bear? Sorry, Polestar. Getting my POIs mixed up. Polestar bear. Rotate your mind controller. That is cosmic brained. Indeed. Rotate the controller in your mind. I feel like that would be a good t-shirt. That would sell. I'd buy it. Very zen. You might be trying to sell that mushroom. It's good money. Another subtle earthbound life hack. You sell mushrooms. Easy money. There we go. 50 bucks. Life lessons through Earthbound. Just a fungus. I feel like this race on the right is just going to continue to stay close until the end here. I could be wrong. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. We are in kind of an interlude here. Joining EBSS on your Monday evening. Better than Monday Night Football, guaranteed. Ooh, we Voglering. Them Vogels. It is quite a stacked Monday. Let's see. In about 45 minutes. We're going to have Mildane versus Leslie Pro and Oxwus versus Uko. It'll be another quad. And then immediately following that race, we'll have Lyra versus Brute Dream. And we'll have Genie. We're gonna have Cherry versus Genie, but I believe Cherry had to take a forfeit this week due to personal reasons. These things happen. Not a big deal, so we'll be seeing sort of a quad, a trio. Lyra, Brute Dream, and Genie. That'll be after the Mildane, Leslie, Oxwas, Uko race. That is happening in about 45 minutes. Better than watching the Cowboys lose, this is true. That's only for people who care about the Cowboys, which sucks for them. Doop. Hey, look, I grew up in New England, so I'm used to the team that everyone loves to hate. Justifiably. A bus race. A little bus race here. Yeah, fan bases can have that effect. They always do. We got Tessie coming up. Let the Texans own that one. People from Texas. Tessie time. The glory of Tessie. I'm always shocked at the amount of Texans in chat, generally. It's funny, I'll come out of the woodwork. Like, two people are like, yeah, I'm from Texas, and it's like half the chat is like, hey, me too. It's a large state. Alright, hardest enemy in Earthbound. Jeez, this rat race is still very close. I feel like it's just getting closer. The timers are a little off. Let's see. Catch this up a little bit. There we go. It's a little more accurate. You are there. This is true. Dodgy, dodgy, dodgy. Nice. Not so hard today, although 8 HP. A little scary. Yep. Yep, still 3 seconds off. I actually, let's see. Alright. Ox continues to cruise. Quick work of these brick road enemies. Did we? Oh, we did get duck skip. Nice. I was about to say, must have got duck skip in there. That was too fast. As I was adjusting timers. Aye. The Stutter Caves. Scary. Scary. It's just scary for me, at least. We got 8 HP, too. Well, Ox. Bit of a buffer here. Death is gonna hurt the race, but certainly gonna hurt the time. I don't want to take any deaths, but man, these things happen. Might have Mystery Racer X tonight. That could be an event. Might be filling in on the quad. That's Earthbound in a nutshell, eh? Actually, kind of nice, but not nice enough. Oh yeah, we're quadding. We're quadding all night. We are exclusively quadding. Wanted for crimes against EB speedrunners. That monkey. It's like Shookie. A little bit of bigger gap here. We'll have double Tessie, always a sight. We skirting. Hope at some point here we get a quad Tessie. It's a very rare occurrence, but it may have only happened once or twice ever. But a quad Tessie is just pure glory. Snake getting himself a map, doing a little walking around HHV here, taking a tour. Maybe going for heal here. Some people will head to that house for a full heal. Test beans, I love it. Yeah, we are getting a full heal here, nice. Might as well at this point. Sometimes you'll get butterflies. Not in your stomach, but in happy. But you can't really count on that. Unreliable at best. Mm-mm. Wasn't sure if that was an intentional call or if Donuts is just juking hard tonight. I have a running theory that Donuts is low-key working with Gygus. Just seems like that kind of guy. A little more to it than that, but ultimately. Alright, Shookie holding steady here. See if we can get through Pond Cave. Keep this lead alive. Almost getting to setup time for this next race. We'll be swapping restreamers. We're still a ways out from that. We still got 15-20 minutes before we have to do all that. Hey, what's up, IQ? I was just about to say, one of our restreamers generously picked up 3 Monday night races, and then those 3 Monday night races turned into 3 Monday night quads. So we decided to split duties to not have anyone have to go through triple quads. That's we've done, at least I know I've done double quads into another race, but never a triple quad. I feel like that's got to be the line for a restreamer. All right, yeah, we might get Mystery Racer X tonight. It's a mystery. Looks like mine took some fights here in Pond Cave. Shookie made it through real nice. Shookie holding tight here. At least heading out of Winters. Quads aren't too bad. I mean, depending on your PC. And your internet connection, obviously. Yeah, the second monitors gets a lot of work during these for sure. Second monitor's carrying a lot of weight right now. Alright, Boogey Tent. .601 is huge, even with the defense spray. GG Oxcat. Looking like, it won't be a sub 110, but it'll be close. Almost. It was a very solid run. Right up until about PRV. Ox had some troubles with PRV. But still, very solid run. I'm going to take this win. Played that whole run very well, I must say. Well played run indeed. Handled all the things Earthbound threw at her. And of course, you get the Trick or Trick Kid just come up for the congratulations, I guess. Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, wow, only... I was actually really close. Only 8 seconds off sub 110. I thought it was going to be a little more than that, but wow, that was much closer to sub 110 than I thought. No, actually, Ox is doing us a favor by keeping her timer going. To be quite honest. Not sure if she knows that, but... intentional or not. Oh, there it is. Okay. You're good, Oxcat. Let's switch our audio over. Not that one. All right, let's see. Got a little more there. There we go. Will Shookie be able to hold this lead down and win? Or is the mine gonna get the break he needs? We're getting weird audio out of everybody. The heck? Going back to Oxcat's audio. I don't know what's going on over there. Oh, Shookie is through. GG indeed. Held it down. Sorry, I was adjusting things. Jeff doing his job, the rare occasion. Rare Jeff W. Alright, so Oxcat's going to 1 and 2. Shookie's going to 1 and 2. Improving those seedings a bit. We got our chicken, nice. Chicken boops. Alright, let's see if the mine believers are gonna get their 3rd place belief. Oh, teddy bear. Nice. GG's to the mine, finishing this one out. I'm not sure if this is a PB for the mine. It's a good question. We actually had a lot of mine believers. Almost half the chat got that one. Nice. Or half the gambas. You guys are getting good at this. We got the tank glitch with the zombies in there. Nice. I like that. I mean, if restreamers are ready and racers are ready, yeah, I mean, I could hand it over. But, I'm also fine with kind of just... Yeah, technically the next race is scheduled for a half hour from now. But I'm happy to just kind of hang out since, I mean, Snake's Run's gonna take at least, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, at least another 20 minutes. Keep everybody on the stream, at least until we have to switch restreamers. Oh, we got several JH7Hs tonight. Nice. Tax Slug and Ukoid, nice. Got the lion's share of that one. 14k. Many queues. But yeah, we appreciate everybody sticking around. We'll kind of just hang out for the next bit until the next quad. Should be coming up in a bit. We got Mildane versus Leslie. We got Oxwus versus Ukoid. Coming up in just a bit here. There'll be another quad after that. We'll have Lyra versus Brute Dream, and then Mystery Racer X versus Genie. I think we're working on a Mystery Racer X right now. May or may not come through. Oh. Or it'll be a trio. Don't forget to done there, the mine. The old race room, not sure if you're listening, but Shookie. There it is. Well done. Yeah, that killed audio and everything. I missed it. Updating spreadsheet things. Judging from chat, it was a good one. We back. We are back. Yeah, I kind of... Oh, geez. Yeah, there's another good one. As I look over. Yeah, I know Oxcat has done a lot of experimenting with Boogey Tent Glitch, so... Yeah, it looks like having the zombies in there just makes it worse, which is just fantastic. Yeah, that dog debug thing could be might be like the old console bump thing. But the only thing we could use at this point, other than if it is something recreatable. I think console bump is the likely culprit there. JH7, but not JH7H. No problem here. Hey, Shookie. Thanks for that raid. Much appreciated. GG's. Kind of just hanging out, waiting for the next race. He's getting set up here. We will be switching over to that eventually. Looks like we'll have static pulse on comms for the next race. Always welcome, always good. Damn. Yes, we are somewhat fortunate here that we still have a runner going. Snake is green on his splits right now. Actually pulled into the green on that one. Very nice. The egg. Classic cues. Yeah, it definitely does different things with the zombies in there. I think either God or dog is talking to me. I can't tell. I can't decipher the matrix here. Ooh, mine's got a nice little little PRV text. Hell yeah. Billy Mays of Earthbound. Oh geez, compounding, glitching. Hey, Tessie time. Always somewhat precarious when you got a cursor in the upper left there, really anywhere it shouldn't be. Mine is done. Tessie is not done though. We are not done with Tessie. Man, this could be perfect timing. AFK, AFK action. We've all been there. Post Tessie. Snake missing the despawn there on the goat. You can get 100% despawn on this goat. Love them despawns. Hey, thanks for the raid mine. Dyslexia almost kicked in there. GG's on the race. Trying for that duck skip. Not a great position, but we could get there. Looks like Oxcat is fully locked here. That's a skippable duck for sure. We got there. Doesn't need to go much further left than that. That is definitely skippable. Messed up how. The quads are a bit much for sure. As a restreamer, there's a lot of moving parts. Oh hell yeah, we fight mice. Hey yo, stun gun. Stun gun's really gonna carry here. That 56, huh? Jeez. Sounds like an OBS thing, to be honest. But yeah, again, yeah, you might be using Streamlink, so I don't know. I feel like a lot of people use Streamlink. And I don't. I can't be very helpful with a lot of those things, unfortunately. I don't know Streamlink at all. I'm honestly not sure what the appeal is. Deet, deet. I like this strat of just like picking the stun gun up and just bashing through everything in Pond Cave. I respect it. Being real. Snake was like, screw all that stuttering, screw all that despawning. I'm gonna get this stun gun. And just start blasting. It's actually not a bad call. Stun gun do be carrying. Oh, that's gonna be a long floating monkey. Hell yeah. Look at that thing go. Just floating up there. I mean, that was a distance. That was pretty good. Somebody was talking about trying to get monkey to float as far as possible. That was up there. Andy does the walk. This is working out like almost perfectly. Next race is in 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes to beat Boogey Tent. Hello. It's me. Okay, gay. Fox was hitting us with the 4 in Discord. Nice. Lives. Looks like we're getting decently set up here for the next one. Looks like we're on target, which is good. Everybody's around. Oh, jeez. Pixel puke is delightful. I feel like I'm playing 8-bit Nintendo. As a kid, I legitimately thought that you were going to be able to drive the Skyrunner around, and it was very disappointing. As we left Winters the first time as a kid, and I had no control. I was spoiled by FF6. FF4 for that matter. Controllable airships. Oh yeah, left side graveyard. Only to go all the way right? Hell yeah, I love this. Getting good use out of those skippers. Ruh-roh. Nice. Juked him. The only reason I know is because of Ancient Cave. Pile it down, let's take that. Not the worst. Nice GG. GG to Snake. Seeing it through. Alright, well... we are going to be moving on to the next one here momentarily. Top of the hour-ish. As I said, we'll be changing restreamers, so stream will go down for a moment, but hopefully not too long. I'm just going to go to the splash screen and wait until I get my cue, that IQ is ready. So we can keep the gap as short as possible when the stream goes down. But yeah, appreciate it if all you lovely people would hit the old refresh F5 button once we swap restreamers. And we'll have plenty more quads for you for the rest of the evening. Hope y'all enjoy. I'm gonna head on out of here. Appreciate y'all in joining me tonight. Thank you to the racers. Thank you, chat, for hanging. We're gonna go to standby, and we'll see y'all in the next couple races.